All right. Live and late. Uh had to practice today, so trying to work on stuff. You say brother got a haircut though. Um, but man, look, if you're a Rattler, unless you're a baseball fan, then you are very excited. Look, go check out the Democrat. What is that? Gerald Thomas wrote an article about NIL. And fortunately, he wrote that on May the 1st. Because if he had wrote that yesterday or released it yesterday, y'all wouldn't have seen it. Like, I'm just saying. Y'all know how excited some of y'all FAMUans are about that money. Boy. Look, we're gonna Gerald, you invite on the show. Always. We got to do a formal get you on here. Because yeah, that's my brother from another mom. What's up, little baby? Look, y'all already know what's up though. We about to get started. I'm about to get it going for my wife gets me. It's Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, y'all. Greetings, salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here. And caught a little bit of that caught a little bit of that HBCU nightly thing. They beat me to the punch a little bit, but not too much. Look, I see a little bit. Look, had to cry a few, few thug tears. And look, was it not an early Christmas present? Oh man. Oh hell yes. I was anticipating us beating Cookman in baseball, and then we didn't. But then all that money came in. So it's like, hey, you know what? If, if we got to take a series loss to Cookman in baseball to get that kind of bread, yeah, I'll take that. As long as it's not the classic. But baseball, I want us to win too. But man, we got the first game. We didn't win them others, but that's cool. That's cool, man. But look, y'all, it was a lot of green and golds around the highest seven hills and coming back to the highest seven hills this weekend. But look, we're gonna start with baseball, man. They lost a series to Cookman. They won one game, lost the last two, but in the process, they also got a little donation of $4,000 from the Diamond Rattlers. And look, we got $100 million. We're gonna talk about it more. But does that include a new baseball field? Like I see Eddie Sykes. I see you. I don't know if you listen to the Fangs Up podcast, but I see where y'all, that field house thing that Keith's been fussing about. Look, thug tears, because what? There was a ram in the bush, and that first thing they announced was they were going to redo that field house at a second level and make it look kind of nice. So I don't know. Look, let me add this to the notes. End zone club. Question mark. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you kind of like, what the what? But yeah, man, like, a few of those questions. But yeah, baseball went out there. Could have really, I believe if we had won this weekend, we would have clinched first place. But that didn't happen. So we'll see what the SWAT baseball standings are right fast. What's up, Tamara T? Look, I hope AD Sykes is ready for some type of breakfast. I hate to tell some people I ain't gonna make that. 450. Yeah, I don't feel like doing it. My wallet don't feel like doing it. Let me correct myself. It's my pockets that say don't do it, not the other stuff. So we're gonna see though. Dang, that was tough though. Frustrating loss there, but on to the good. We're gonna talk about the good stuff more than the bad stuff because there's a lot of good. Like we're gonna talk about that huge gift that fell FAMU's way. And look, Look, you already see where I'm going. Look, I see you already. I see you. And look, that's definitely where I'm going with it. Like, I don't know about y'all, but some of that stuff she said she wanted, that's the stuff we talking about, man. But look, y'all know I always got to shout out St. Clair. Fun show this past weekend, man. If you caught it on Friday, not super FAMU heavy, but it was really deep dive into talking about kind of HBCUs getting left out. And one of my favorite parts was talking to my man, Albert Chester. And that man said HBCU athletes getting left out and getting slept on and pissed him off. Oh, yeah, it was over. And it's different when an old man, older man, not Albert Chester ain't an old man, but when, that generation 50 and above, they don't use that word. Like you'd have made them mad. Like they ready to fight. And he was hot. He was 38 hot, as the old folks say. But look, I appreciate it. And look, y'all drop in the chat. Y'all know I talk in the chat. But first, look, it was fun. So championships, look, we almost won the SWAC championship in track. We got second place from what I can remember. We were in first place for a minute. And look, that 4x4, first place, that's over there in Baton Rouge. Red Stick, for those who want to say it the other way. They got first place for the 4x400 meters. They turned around. 4x1 hit third place. So, okay. All right. Oh, wait. Correction. Second place. Put some respect on them girls. They got second place. Look, I told y'all, the Rattlers went up here and did a little something. And then, first place, 400-meter hurdles. Look, Kathleen Smith, man, look, I'm just saying. Dang, Drake responded. Boy, I tell you what, man, look, Kendrick and Drake go drop more episodes than there are Fangs up before we done. I ain't gonna lie, we got like 200, 300 episodes of this podcast. Like 200. But God, to be more careful. I ain't gonna lie, Will. Look, me and the boys, we got to have a conversation about that. Then, I ain't gonna lie, definite, my bias. Favorite athlete on campus, Kennedy Hill, gold medal for discus. And one of the reasons she is my favorite is she oftentimes does statistics for the university. This kid, one is a great kid. And he's showing my age because me calling her a kid, she's like a sophomore, but great student athlete, but great ambassador for the university, man. If you are if you're in Jacksonville, man, this student did tours with the JRE Lee Alumni Association when they came to Tallahassee. She was one of the tour guides. Mind you, she was in season as a student athlete, giving tours to prospective Rattlers while holding down. Young lady works too. Like, this is part of the reason when we talk about NIL and things like this and supporting our student athletes, Kennedy is a great example of a student who should definitely be receiving some type of NIL, deserving. And yeah, I'm standing on a soapbox because I am extremely biased because I've had the benefit of working with this young lady, and not like nothing crazy, but just like literally doing statistics for games. She's one of the inputters, and you can see her in the press box at football games, sideline at volleyball, like, and she's so supportive, such a good kid, like good person. Like, Kennedy is a good person. And when I saw yesterday, I hit St. Clair, I was like, yo, Kennedy got gold medal. And St. Clair is like, so proud of her, man. So just, these are some of the kids and some of the type of students that we have at FAMU. And these are the ones I like to celebrate. Y'all probably hear me talk about Bowler a lot. It's because he's actually a good kid. Like, BJ's pretty cool too. But Kendall, he's active. And he's active on campus. He's active at his frat. Award-winning Alpha Z chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. Like, these are good people, man. So these are the kids you root for. And this kind of weekend, seeing her get the gold medal at the SWAC championship, man, look, cloud nine. So again, my bias. 100-meter hurdles, third place. Okay, okay. Second and third for the 100-meter dash for the SWAC championship. Second place, 800 meters men's and women's. And then the high jump, gold medalist and outstanding performer for women's track and field, Brianna Brown Marshall. So look, we brag different because we are different. We ain't everybody at FAMU, and we just ain't. Oh, and y'all know I argue with data, right? I told you, baseball got to check from the baseball players. Like baseball alumni dropping 4 stacks on the baseball team. Hopefully, this is our last year looking at Moore Kittle's field looking like that. I'm hoping for a new surface for that field. But also the football team, and I know what y'all came before, so I'm kind of getting through to get it through. We lost a dude. Sharif say, and I told y'all last week, I expected him to leave the second he was going to what you call it? What second he went to UCLA? Yeah, I was like, it's a wrap. And yeah, it's a wrap. Bruh is going to UCLA, is committed. Congratulations, bro. Happy for you. One thing I don't do, I don't hate. If you transfer, you leave FAMU, that's your business. We had one of our DBs transferred to Valdosta State. Wish that dude the best too. Like, for me, if they're doing what's best for them, why am I upset? And especially if you left FAMU with a paper in hand, you fulfilled the mission. Like, the mission was for you to graduate, right? That's all I ask. I want you to graduate. I want you to win. And then, oh, look, now, one of my personal bias here. I'm going to drop this on here. Did y'all see Kevin Elliott? Look. Yes, sir. Congratulations, Kevin Elliott. Man, look, former NFL player, hardcore Rattler supporter, diehard Rattler. Like that brother, he be there. And then, oh, one more thing before I let y'all go. You know what I'm talking about. Did y'all see the new graphic? Look, we were still up there. Look, okay. And it seemed like all the coaches that got in line with it. Okay, then. I like that. I ain't even lie to you. I like that one. That's fly. That's fly. Now, in the process, it's not all doom and gloom on the high 7 hills. Yeah, we losing some, but we featured this athlete a few days ago. Well, he committed. USF linebacker Brian Norris. Man, I'm just saying that transfer portal looking a little thin. And then we got somebody back out of the portal. Deco Wilson, 6'1", 205. He's back. Look, that dark cloud defense, it just keep getting gooder and gooder. I'm just saying, like, the best defense in the SWAC keeps getting better. All right, so I know what y'all came here for, though. Man, it's a whole lot of money. And I love what Marvin pointed out right there. Look, that graduation, SWAC's title, everything was on YouTube. I tell you what, good times, man. But if y'all didn't hear, FAMU was awarded a gift for $237 million, and nearly $100 million is earmarked for athletics. And they already announced day one, first things first, nearly $100 million. Again, to athletics, but $24 million is going to field house renovation, going to create more space. I'm being told they're adding another level for classrooms, as well as an end zone club. So some club level seats. Well, you know what? Welcome to the 20th. Look at the new century. Look at y'all Rattlers. Let me just clean my camera off real quick. Just look at y'all. Looking all fancy. Look. Now, I already told y'all. That was our first move. If we hit a lick, I was gonna fix that club, that field house. But The other thing that tells me is that North End Zone Club won't be there for long. That's how look. You take it how you feel, take it how you want to. But now, my interpretation of the situation, that North End Zone Club is not going to be long for FAMU because, especially with AD Sykes, she don't get no money out of the deal. Like when y'all are doing North End Zone Club seats, that's stuff for the FAMU Foundation. AD Sykes don't get nothing really for that. She just be like, "That's cool, y'all can hold the space," but then she getting fussed at for it. And I'm not telling y'all stuff you can't see in the booster meetings. Like folks are fussing about North End Zone Club, and she's just like, "I don't know what to tell you. OBG is not over that." Like, and she's not. As part of the foundation, she tries. She kind of want to take it over, but I foresee if this North End Zone Club gets done right, and now this me, it's my look. I ain't no architecture student. I ain't gonna claim to be one now, but if you do build up, first and foremost, can we expand the locker room? I just ask for a friend. Expand the locker room. Even expand the weight room. Like just asking for a friend again. Asking for a friend. Expand the weight room. And what I would really like for us to do is move all the coaches' offices to the second floor. Like coaches' offices, meeting rooms, all on the second floor. Nothing on the first floor except for the receptionists and the locker rooms and the weight room. But again, that's just me. But on top of that, have your meeting areas be able to double as party spaces, but then have balconies out there and then have a rooftop like party spot. So all of a sudden, you got like rooftop south end zone where people can like drink and party and have fun. Have little stuff so that people don't, can't jump across stuff. But that's just me. But on top of that, again, some of this needs to be a lot of this. Well, some of it, not all of it, needs to go to upgrade facilities. I would like a lot more for it to set up like endowments, especially for the athletics portion, for our student athletes. I don't want a lot of this to go to NIL. If I'm being honest, not unless you're setting up like a trust or something like that that's going to be able to like continuously rebuild itself. But if we're just talking about just selling those stocks, because they gave FAMU stock. So if you're just saying like just sell it and spend the cash, I don't think that's a good use of the money. Whereas you create something that allows itself to rebuild upon itself, I think that's a better use, especially now that schools are allowed to enter the NIL space. That's just something that can go there. But again, create those endowments, create some things that focus on nutrition. Like, yes, it's easy for us to say update facilities. I mean, my number one facility is the baseball field. I'm just saying, because you can start the baseball field, what, next week or tomorrow? Like, I mean, let's pull up this baseball schedule and look. I know, again, I argue with data. I argue with my opinion when it's time, but then I'm only going to take you so far with my opinion. Man, we had a 500. Was that 500 baseball? 23 and 23. Okay. Let me see. Close to it. Close enough. So we got Valley. Alabama State, UNF. Okay, so we got a few games left. So after the Valley series, redo this baseball field. Like, do the turf field. That way, it does a lot of things for you. But one, it reduces your cost for upkeep. Like, you're not watering the field. You're not dragging the field all the time. Just get your turf field, call it a day, be done with it. I think that's a better use of the funds. Like, fix that. Resurface the tennis complex like you were going to do. Like, kind of those basic things, knock those out. But in the process, start planning as far as athletically. Start planning on redoing that baseball stadium so that you can like sell concessions and sell tickets. Like, not saying the events shouldn't be free, but when football and basketball are the only sports where you pay anything for, like, some of this should be facilities upgrade. Some of this should be setting up things for the future. But, I'm just saying. Let's see. What's up, Ashton? I'm gonna be mad if we don't use some money for athletics. 100 million earmarked. So yeah, man. But not much action. Everything else is good. So yeah, about 100 million. Not all of it, but close to 100 mil for athletics. So, but look, and little baby also get into some corporate rooms for sponsors now that you have some money to play. Exactly. Like, and create spaces they want to be in. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the Lawson Center. I think that's probably my second favorite facility on campus. But at the same point, if you're a corporation, where do I take you? Like, do I take you to the classroom space? Like, there's something you can do there. Like, but again, and with the Lawson Center, there's nothing really to do there. Like, the court's great, seats are good. You just redid the video board. You can check that one off as something that doesn't need a lot of work. Like, now Gaither, you could probably give Gaither a little attention. But again, for me, the biggest thing for this, hit those red facilities. Those ones that you walk by and you're like, yeah, that needs some work. More Kittles, that's my number one. The only reason I'm not saying the bathrooms at Bragg, because can you get that done in 2 months? It's May right now. So if you get construction started in a reasonable time, you go through all the state of Florida BS, you got June and July to get the stadium ready. That's the only reason I'm not like, fix the bathrooms now. Like, logistically, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. Like, it's going to be more hell for me to just ride it out and have to deal with all the construction. It's going to be more hell for me to deal with the construction than it is to ride that bathroom out for one more year. Now, next year, as soon as that last game's over, fix them bathrooms. But I'm with little baby. Focus on what can be improved instantly. Baseball field, easy. Like, look, I'll fix that. I ain't gonna lie. Look, yeah, the bathrooms are bad. But again, you got to knock out all that stuff. I don't know. That's just me. But I do want them bathrooms to get a little attention. Also, man, what would it cost to put can we expand the press box? Can we put a press box on the other side of the stadium? Like, and not even a press box, but like skyboxes. Like, you may have to tint the windows a little bit, but I don't know. Asking for a friend. But I think that would be pretty cool. I think it'd be a nice experience, especially for those that are really into the band. I think they would buy some of those suites, and you would be able to sell those. You're gonna be in the sun, probably, but at the same point, I think if you do it right, man, that's some pretty decent seating. I'm just saying, like, just don't add any more to like the president's box suites things. Like, yeah, that's just for the president. But on top of that, like, I think the track, like, we're starting to see where you look at that strategic plan, some of the things that you would think that you want to fix, are they necessary fixes? Because it's out in the open. Bragg's supposed to be the new track stadium. You're supposed to build a new football stadium. Bragg is practically a new football stadium. Now you're investing in improving the field house. Is that something that's really important? But on the university side, I think I look towards land acquisition. That's one of my big things. Like, okay, you want to do all these things, and you've heard individuals like Cousin Kelvin, ONG, talk about the P3 and things like that. Is this now a time where those things can come to fruition, where you can buy additional land, expand the footprint of the university, and now, especially on that northern side that touches College Town, could you build up some of the infrastructure to where you're able to really take advantage of that? Like all that land that borders College Town, what if that became the doorstep to FAMU, opposed to individuals having to actually access the inner parts of the campus to do some things? What if once you hit that roundabout at FAMU Way, you had entertainment space as well as administrative offices right there and parking and whatnot? I feel like that would help protect the students, and it would also help in the long run create places where you can create revenue, because there's a Publix right down the street. Guess what? Every person in Florida loves Publix. Like, I'm sorry. When I'm looking at houses, the first thing I'm like, okay, how close is the Publix? I mean, if it's close to Winn-Dixie, it's cool with me. But man, if a place is right around the corner from Publix, man, please, that's a sales pitch. Like, and on the flip side of that, you think about when there are major events at the Civic Center, maybe you can get some of that washover. It's just some of that idea and some of that thinking to try to create spaces that create revenue even when you're not having football games. Like, you got to have that. Like, what would have happened had you had the state championship games like you had at FAMU, but then on top of that, you had an area for the families to really have games and fun and do things like that, and even a hotel right there. How many of these high schools just stay at the hotel next to campus? Like, it's just those kind of things. On homecoming, if you have a, maybe not university run, but have a partnership with a Hilton or one of these other brands that becomes your corporate sponsor, what if you have that next to your campus and they become the official hotel of the university? Like, it's just that next level thinking for me that I think becomes part of the P3 experience of, okay, we have a hotel that's pretty much on campus, and we're able to see hotels in the proximity of FAMU are successful. Like, look at those hotels in College Town. Like, so no support for Piggly Wiggly. You know I love Piggly Wiggly. Man, they got some fire pork chops. My thing is this, especially when you look at that, when you look at the strategic plan, and I don't know why I don't have it ready, but when you look at the strategic plan, I'm starting to wonder, and I asked my dad the question openly, is that a property that you're just trying to acquire? Because you look at the football stadium, it's like right across the street from there. So I'm not going to give you no free parking. I'm just saying, like, somebody's going to get that revenue for parking. And if it's across the street from the Piggly Wiggly, a lot of your cousins going to be like, hey, let's park at the Piggly Wiggly and take this chance about getting towed. Like, just being honest. So I like the idea of potentially putting something down there. I think that would be a long-term goal as far as if you are going to move the football stadium and all those things. But I think for the time being, especially knowing where College Town is, man, that's a lick. And even when FSU has graduation, you're going to get some of those people that are going to come, hey, I'll walk across the street. And it's not a bad walk from that part of campus to the Civic Center, straight shot. Especially, hey, you walking during the daytime. You've already seen FAMU Way looks like it looks, which is gorgeous. Like, it's just some of that idea that now that you have this additional revenue, use it to not just fix things, but use it to prepare for stuff. Like, some of this money is going towards the endowment. I left the numbers up there, but about 100 mil is going to the endowment. So how much of this other funds can go towards building up this university so that next generation can really enjoy it? Because for me, look, you ain't doing nothing for me. I'm alumni. I'm on the other side of this. Like, there's nothing that money is going to really do for me. But for this generation and the ones that come after, we got to get these kids ready. Let's see. You do know that the 32304 is the poorest in the state. Look, I'm not shocked. Uh, yeah, I'm not shocked. You start looking at what's happened around that neighborhood. How many of those people that used to own those houses still live there. I'll say that much. Like, and how many of them that used to live there just moved out? And so, yeah. I'm not gonna go too far into that because I have my own opinions on that. But yeah, Southside, we know the Southside Tallahassee gets treated differently. But I mean that's just the reality of the situation though. Like with all this money and all this being put in, the worst thing to do would be to fix everything and then BMF and go broke and be like, well, we fixed everything. It looks nice. That's cool. What about upkeep? What about trying to get this money again? Because the other side of this is if you're not a good steward of this money, why would someone else want to give you more money? Like we kind of saw the backlash of the Willie Simmons thing. Like, hey, we gave this money to try to keep the coach. Some of y'all knew he wasn't going to stay. Some of y'all didn't. Some of y'all didn't say nothing. He left, and then some people felt burned. And we've also seen where a lot of y'all have some misgivings with, certain administrators on campus. Some vice presidents might not be your favorites. So now this person is really in control of this money. And the future of this university's athletic program is really in their hands. And it's between them and Larry about how Dr. Robinson, how this is going to go. And that's some of the scary part. Like seeing that, okay, you're addressing a major need for the football program. Great. But what about the other programs? That was my first question. Like, yeah, football needs a new field house. That's nice. But that's something that honestly, I mean, you could start in a few weeks, but at the same point, that's something that honestly, I could wait till the end of the football season. You kind of redo that, do the bathrooms at the same time, spend a good 30, 40 mil and call it a day, which is what you're going to end up spending just on the football stadium. But a new baseball field, a couple $100,000. And that's something that you could have that in a few weeks. Like, and as Marvin says, all sports need love. Like, I'm sure Gallimore could use a few repairs. I'm pretty sure the last time they renovated Gallimore Lanes was when I was in college. And they shut that mug down for a minute. Like, it's been a while. Softball's pretty solid. But again, now this is that next phase of, all right, we've got this additional money. How can we start flipping this? Can we get video boards at the softball complex, at the baseball complex? And with those video boards, can we use that to raise revenue, get advertisers, and make this into a place that is, I won't say a destination facility, but a place that you're able to draw talent in, but you're also able to draw in camps and other places. Like, what does FAMU baseball look like if baseball camp? What kind of revenue can he start to generate from that by having a regional baseball camp where FAMU, Tallahassee State College, yeah, my school changed their names, Cookman, and a couple other HBCUs, Alabama State, and other regional schools come to Tallahassee at our baseball facilities. Like, granted, Alabama State has some really nice ones, but just throwing that out there, like getting some of these schools to come here, host those camps, and use our facilities for that. What if the same thing for the football program? Hey, we saw where, Willie Simmons developed a football camp where kids were coming to. That's a revenue source. Can we go to that next level? Can we get the indoor practice facility? It's on the list of things to be built. But at the same point, it's not something that's on the ledger for years to come. That's something that now we start moving faster. And I love how Marvin says, don't forget about the 100. Look, can we create things that allow the 100 to travel? And not just, this is, for me, the foolhardy thing is all of a sudden we got this money, and for 5 or 10 years, the 100 goes to every away game. I think it's stupid. I think the smart thing to do is with some of that money that you have put away. Granted, athletics is one piece there. Since the 100 is just part of one of the university things and not athletics, can we create something that allows itself to make money so that it can support their scholarships as well as their travel? Like, because that's a recruiting piece. Like, the Marching 100 is a recruiting arm of Florida A&M University. Like, we can lie about this or we can be honest. Like, when they go to an away game, especially like the USF game, which that would have been amazing, that makes the university look different in the eyes of the people who come and visit and the spectators. They're like, oh shoot, that is the 100. Okay. Like, that helps everybody. Like, I'm just saying, look, any word on Anthony Dunn? None. I might hit my source up and see, but no news. But no news could be good news because yeah, I'm hearing some more kids coming out the portal. Hopefully, for our selfish sakes, he's one of them. So we're gonna see though, y'all. But man, that was legendary to see FAMU literally get all this extra money added to its endowment. And then on the other side, the biggest criticism we've all had with Dr. Robinson has been his handling of the athletics department at times. And to say, out of all this money, I am earmarking money for athletics, that's crazy. Hunt and Cheney, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I hadn't heard anything. Look, stadium, get a new field house. So again, that's according to the Dallas Democrat article. I did not get that writer's name, but Google it and you'll find they wrote a pretty good article talking about where the money's going to go, what's going to happen to it. So, but that's big. Like, honestly, though, my big takeaway from that, the big things that really need your attention, like tomorrow, the tennis facility, like the tennis surface, that's something that AD Sykes been pushing for a while. I go ahead and push that through. My number one is the baseball field, though. Moore Kittles Field, May 18th is the last game. That is 13 days from now. Now that you have those funds available, I would be looking and start requesting bids tomorrow. So that way you got 2 to 3 weeks. And that way by the 20th of May, which ain't no black person in Tallahassee working on, and if you are, you shouldn't be, I can get some bids and be like, hey, new baseball field, so that by the summer, you've got a new baseball field installed. That would be my biggest two. Outside of that, I'd be looking on those shooting machines for the basketball team, just because you got new coaches in there. And you got new coaches that are really trying to inherit something new and something different. And I think one of the things that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to bring fans back to the Lawson Center. You got to make it exciting, because FAMU basketball has been trash for like a good year and a half. You got to bring fans back. You got to get the alumni back, get us excited. You got to do more than that kind of VIP section. Good idea, nice concept, but get the 100 at the games. Get the 100 games, get the team winning. You're good there. Golf, we just opened up a new golf facility on campus. Like, golf team's pretty taken care of. Like, again, other side of this, get these endowments right. Get these scholarships right for these athletes. I think that's the big thing I'm looking at. Look, let's see. And the 220, one person said the boosters were buying a shooting machine for women's. Men already have one. See, there you go. Like, it makes a difference. If you've never shot on a machine, it makes a difference. Like, and I suck at basketball, but we were at FSU and we used to hoop there for lunch. And sometimes we'd like play with the shooting machine and be like, oh, snap. Okay. That thing hits you in the pocket and you just, even non-shooting people like me. And look, an alumnus already purchased a shooting machine. There we go. And that's the other side. And I'm gonna finish with this. Tell us what you need. Like that's the like that's number one. Tell us what you need, because you're seeing as an alumni base, when you tell us what you need, tell us what you're doing, and you follow through, we follow through. Like as an alumni base, come to the dinner, say, hey, yeah, we got all this money. That's great. But I need this. I need, and my focus as AD now will probably be health and nutrition and NIL. All right, those would be my two things as AD that I would be like pushing. Like we need to continue to feed our athletes. We need to continue to fund a training staff, because you have a couple main trainers. It'd be nice to get one or two more. And imagine, I won't say imagine, look at what happened when you added coaches to some of our staffs. Great examples of softball team. We don't have soccer. They went from kind of middle of the pack to first place in the division. Like, biggest difference, Coach Patterson got two more hands. Like, imagine you continue to fund that and then do the same for baseball. Continue to fund that. Improve the facilities the way you improve the softball facilities, and then flip that around and then improve the fan experience. Like, give us some decent seatings and covered seats for FAMU baseball. All of a sudden, you got a better experience and a better everything. But number one starts with tell us what you want as a fan base. So, but yeah, man. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long because it's late and we all got jobs. So, but we'll see y'all on Thursday. I'll talk more about what's going on, and I might see if I can pull some friends. You know, I'm gonna reach out and see if we can just have a conversation about what they're looking for from this athletic facility. So I might double down on some people y'all know. But y'all already know what's up, man. It's always gonna be. Thanks, so.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!